Good afternoon, or is it good evening? It's getting lighter here, so it's tempting to say good afternoon, whereas a couple of weeks ago I would say good evening because it was getting dark. So I'm confused. And I hope you can hear me. Tick, tick 111, click 111 if you can hear me, as soon as you can hear me. Now, I've just put a little message saying you can't join the call to speak. That's as in come into the voice chat part if you're using a tablet or a phone, even a smartphone. It has to be a laptop or a PC, and preferably with a hardwired connection, not a, what was it they called it in Webinar Jam? A wobbly interface, fluctuating irritation or something. Something like that anyway. Hi Oscar, it's freezing cold here, that's why Bobbly has got a cold. Yes, it's cold here too, and everybody I know is either getting over the flu, has got the flu, or is coming down with the flu. So it's not a good year this year unless you're flu. Okay. So let's see who's asking to come in to the call. Oscar. Oh, Oscar. Okay. Remember, if you have a problem with the connection, I will first ask you, have you cleared your cache from last week? One of the other tricks of this live streaming is to regularly clear your cache. Okay. If you've joined one session in the week and then you join another session in the week, if you've got sticky cache, as I call it, mine clears every time I switch off my computer, and I switch off my computer every night. So it's not really an issue for me. But I have been told, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but I have been told a sticky cache or a full cache can affect the quality. But Oscar, I'm going to trust you have. I'm going to invite you into the group. A sticky cache, yes, Zom. Zom, yay! Zom's asking to join too. So Zom and Aladdin too. Hey, we're going to have a full room. Okay, I'm not going to invite Aladdin in just yet because I'm going to wait for, I'm not going to invite Zom or Aladdin in just yet. I'll wait for Oscar to join. Now, if this is your first time here, you might wonder, what? Why are we using this? Why not Skype? I'll show you why not and why in a moment. I will share. What should I share with you? Difficult one. I've only got notepaddy stuff, which is boring. Hi, Oscar. Nice to see you. Remember to unmute your mic. Okay. When you join the room, your mic, your camera will always be switched off. We don't use the camera. Here comes Zom. Aladdin, you're next.
Hello.
Yay. Hello, Oscar. Don't sound so surprised.
I can't believe it.
Yay,
I am on my, yeah, I am my dinosaur in my old computer.
You're on a dinosaur. A dinosaur.
Yeah.
Well, it might be that you've got an issue with Windows 10 then. Although I am using Windows 10, I've been using it. We haven't actually had, now, hang on. That was me knocking on wood. We haven't had any problems this week, but now you're here, Oscar. Anything could happen.
Yeah. Well,
how are you anyway?
finally
Are you well?
Yeah, I've got a full refund.
A full refund? For?
Yes, because the new one didn't work. 3 failures in a row. The same one.
What, your computer?
Yeah, the new one. So I got finally a full refund.
A full refund, not refund. Re is the stress here. Refund. Okay. Good.
Yeah,
well, it's
refund.
good to know you got it. You got your money back. Are you going to get another computer then?
But look, I don't want the money. I want a computer. So now I'm looking for a new one.
Excellent. Well, you might be able to ask Aladdin for some advice. I always buy cheap so I can replace often. It's not always the best way. When I say cheap, I would say probably, in terms of computing, middle range. I never buy the latest, most expensive, biggest, fastest gamer rig because I prefer to replace my computer once every 2 to 3 years because they do work hard, my computers.
That's
You're
nice.
using Windows
Good
2
to
song,
know.
yeah. Windows 10 is okay, but there are aspects. I'll actually ask Aladdin in a bit. He'll think he's fallen into the wrong session. But Zom, have we got voice with you? Can we hear you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's working. I love it when the
works.
plan comes together. It works. It works. I think they're doing a lot of tweaking at the other end as well, to be honest, because this week's been a lot better than last week's disaster. So, and I've actually got Skype open at the moment as well, which I shouldn't do.
Yes, and I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm using Wi-Fi and it's working. So
cool.
That's great.
Cool. Excellent. That's really good. I'm happy. I'm going to sneeze. Hang on.
Better. Well, I think the trick is not to have too many things open at the same time because we don't know what interfere with this webinar jam stuff, but it's a bit tricky actually. Me too, Aladdin. I'm always using Wi-Fi actually. I'm never wired to anything. So it's Wi-Fi only. And if Wi-Fi doesn't work, yeah. So I don't think.
But maybe I'm close to my Wi-Fi or my access point.
I'm not so close to it because I'm in a different room, and I don't have the full. If you look as if it were a phone, I've got only 3 bars. So I think the idea that you have to be wired is not a good argument. Anyway. It's working. That's the most important.
When you say I'm always using my Wi-Fi, it kind of sounds like you are irritated by it. You don't like doing it. Like I'm always losing my keys. I'm always falling asleep in class. It's a bad habit. So I always use my Wi-Fi.
It's because my computer don't give me any other choices actually.
Then I'm always using.
So I'm always using.
You need. Okay, why is there nothing here? Or I can't see me too. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? That's the main thing. You can hear us. Let me give you something to look at then. Hang on, what can I give you to look at? Oh, that's different. There you go. That's. Okay, so Sammy, can you hear us? And Nomiri,
looks
can
like
you
Paris.
hear us? Yeah, I'm not sure where it is. I think it's the UK because I can see the there. I'm sure that's the sale sign, but it might not be. It might not be. It could be Paris. It could be anywhere, really, couldn't it?
Yes, I agree with you.
This is the nouns session I did yesterday. It's a noun, okay?
Okay.
So Nomiri can hear me. Good. Then Nomiri, it might be Sam. It might be, which is a bit of a shame. But I can't see that it would definitely be but you can talk to us. So it can't be a complete ban. Okay, Leo can hear 1-1. Does that mean you can only hear a little bit, Leo? Now, Nomiri, when you say I can't see anything, there's nothing much to see on a Friday. In the other sessions, I do lots of screen sharing and blah. But on a Friday, what's to screen share? We don't know what we're going to talk about yet. We haven't really decided on where the conversation is going to take us. However, that said, I often go to the forum and we share some of the topics from the forum. And there is one I'd like to share with you all, actually. Now, I've got to find it first, and it was one Frank posted. Okay, so where was it? Maybe it was in my inbox. See, Frank. Ah, yeah, there you go. Frank was there, and I thought it was quite a good one. If you haven't already had a go and replied, it's a nice one from Frank. He often writes really good posts, better than me, to be honest. And it's about, what does your desk say about you? And this, look, it's our little friend. Look. I'm always tempting to use that for the vocabulary challenge. Let's have a look at what's on Trump's desk. And hanging on his wall, just to keep the National Rifle Association happy, of course. Wow, what a guy. Anyway, before I get banned from going to America, ever, has anybody got any questions for this week?
Yep.
Go on, Zom, what's your question?
Okay, so the next 2 weeks you will not be around for running the sessions on TGIF, and I wouldn't mind
TGIF,
running.
No.
Okay, I wouldn't mind running them, not like you do, but I've got a question. Do we have to, because I can't use Webinar Jam, I don't have this stuff to be a presenter. So
yes, you can.
what's one? Oh.
That shut you up. Hey, everybody, I just shut some up.
Yeah.
It's a miracle. Oh, okay. Yeah, of course you can. Anybody can run a session here. I'll just send you the presenter link. Okay.
All right.
Let's go left the room.
So, well, I just want to suggest the idea to the people who are in the room here. Actually, I don't want to run, because usually TGI, if it's about what's going on the network, and if you have got questions about the network, I don't think I know enough now from what's going on the network to run a session about that. But because I've been to Australia, or I live in France, and there are 2 sessions, maybe I could run a session, one about Australia, for people to ask questions about Australia and see how I would reply. So it will be kind of interview. And the next one, because I'm French, about France and about Paris. So what do you think, guys? Would we be interested in that?
That's not fair.
I could be any other country.
No,
from the people
it's
in
not
the room.
fair. No, it's not fair. Because I won't be here, and I'm interested in it.
Well, I'm sorry, Lynn. You will not be there. You can't satisfy.
So you can listen to the recording, Lynn.
No, I will not be streaming. I'll not be streaming.
Yeah.
No.
It will be streaming.
No, you should be streaming. Everything is streaming.
No, because when I run session, I take a bit of liberty with my language sometimes and what I say. So I'm not going to stream.
Who cares?
Who cares? Me?
Use whatever you want to use.
Well,
it's a free internet.
You know what it's like when take part in your radio show sessions. Just let go sometimes. So it might not be a good idea all the time.
No.
Well,
every session on Learning English Network should be online. Recording exists on YouTube.
Well, let's put that aside for the moment. But
May I interject?
Please.
Okay.
Okay. So there's several ways you could do this, Zeb.
Yeah.
If you're really uncomfortable with streaming, that's fine. So what you could do is just set up a live stream but you'd have to do the sort of bringing people in yourself. The nice thing about Webinar Jam is it kind of automatically does that for you. People join just through a simple link, and then they get notified and. But if you wanted to set up a live stream on, but have you? This is the biggie. Do you have a YouTube account with live stream enabled?
What a question.
Okay, then what you also could do is you could hop.
I've got a YouTube account, so now let's see. We can check that live.
Yeah, sure. What I can do is let me just poodle over to YouTube a second. Yeah, I'll show you what you should see if you have LiveTube. I'll first check what it shows, because I don't want to show my secret passwords, etc. Yeah, I know. It's all right. I'm going to be careful, Aladdin. whilst I'm doing this, Aladdin, would you like to tell everybody what an idiot I am?
So Aladdin knows the password. You had to change it.
I've been having such a day today, guys. Honestly, it is TGIF for me today. It truly, truly is. Okay, let me just see.
I've got to sign out first.
Okay, so
I've got several accounts in, so I'm not connected to the right one.
Okay, what you should see, if you have a look here, it doesn't say anything particular. Okay, so you go to your YouTube account, you click on My Channel.
Okay.
And then under Video Manager, you should see this live streaming. Okay. Now, I'm not going to share that because there's all sorts of things that it shows you. Streaming options and secret URL encoder setups, etc.
My channel, and then in my channel.
In my channel, at the top, above the what would it be? Above, you know how you've got a sort of video, an advert normally.
A video manager.
Yes, video manager. That's it.
Okay, video manager. All right, live streaming. So if I click on that.
Yeah, don't screen share, because, as I say, there's certain things you need to have in order to get this to work.
It says offline.
Okay.
Yes, it's offline because you don't.
Yeah, but what should I do actually?
Okay, you're in live streaming, and it will say this channel is offline.
Yeah.
Okay, then if you wanted to do,
it says, welcome back.
It says welcome back. There is a gearbox, a little bit.
What kind of box?
A gearbox.
A gearbox. A gearbox.
Yeah.
It's not a car.
It's beside the window or this live streaming preview for your channel.
Oh, I didn't know you could automatically block bad words. Lovely. Haven't had to do that yet, so that's good.
Stream key server URL.
Okay.
Can I make my screen sharing?
If you want to screen share, yes, of course you can. Okay. Yes. Yeah, sure. Just hang on.
Sorry, guys. Maybe you don't want to talk about that.
No, this is fine. This is TGIF. Anything goes. Anything goes.
Right.
So,
okay.
Okay, Aladdin, you have screen share. Oh, where's he gone? Where'd he go? Aladdin. Oh no, he's screen sharing. It's okay. He'll be back in a minute, I'm sure.
All right.
I'm afraid I need your help. Your Google account works as well. Oh God, not good. Lol.
Okay.
It's a real
streaming now. You can see this
session.
one.
It is Sammy.
Stream now.
Can you see this one? It's offline and live chat. There's this gearbox that we are talking about. So
what gearbox? I don't see the gearbox, Aladdin.
Okay. Under event.
Under
forget
event.
It.
Okay. I go to event.
Forget it. Yeah.
I forget it. Okay,
From
I forget
event,
it.
you can create your event here. Schedule a new event. And so on. You can create your own one. Everything is, you see what I'm doing right now?
Well, no, I don't see what you are doing right now. I've got an image that is fixed, so I don't see anything. Just a fixed image.
Really?
Yeah.
Fixed image? Oh my gosh.
Uh,
Wait a second.
It's not moving. But what do I need to do? I need to do all of that to
Yes.
run a session?
So that's why Webinar Jam works so well, because you get set up. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can.
So you get set up to run the session, and everything about that is done for you because I've already set it all up. However, as again, it would stream. Now, it doesn't mean it would then be a YouTube video. For example, on Thursday, my session streams from Kitely, but as soon as it's finished, I go in and I set it to private, and I could do that probably at some point on Friday, not necessarily straight after the session, but it would only be available to people who are who know where it is, if you know what I mean. Okay. The other option you would have is just to jump back into the old TGIF room and do it on Skype. So whichever you're more comfortable with, to be honest.
The old TGIF, but people are not used to that, so they will.
Well, that's the problem. That is the problem. It's like, what's going to be the best way to do it, really?
Okay, so if I the best way, the easiest for everybody will probably be Webinar Jam, because now people are used to it. So I'm
yeah,
okay
and I can
with
share
that.
the link, and they just know to register, and then they're just told it's starting, etc. But it is up to you. I mean, I'm not fussy. I'm not fussy about how we do it. Okay.
So I'm okay. I'm okay with Webinar Jam. So it will be streaming. If I've understood, I've got no choice.
With Webinar Jam, no, because that's how Webinar Jam works. It uses the YouTube sort of software and their servers to enable the talking part. Okay.
All right. Okay. No problem. Oh, no problem.
Next problem.
So it will be streaming live, but people will receive a replay after. Only the people in the room will receive a replay afterwards, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can set it that it will not replay.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yep, that's no problem. I can set it temporarily, no replays. You just have to tell people when you invite them there will be no replays, so turn up, because some people have got used to watching it afterwards, kind of thing.
Okay.
It's it's nice because if they're in bed, or it's like midnight and they don't want to, but you'd have to. We can let them know that. Now the only thing is you need to know how to operate the room, because it's slightly different to other things. So I suggest, I suggest that next week, because I am here Monday and Tuesday. So and I am here at the weekend. So if you notice, Monday, Tuesday sessions are running next week. It's just from Wednesday I've got to go to the UK. But if you're around this weekend or Monday, Tuesday, we could do a little half-hour session together, how to operate the buttons. There's not a lot you need to do, to be honest.
Okay.
Depending on how whizzy you want everything to be. But there is a back end that you don't actually see, so to speak.
Okay.
What we call the admin console. But I'm sure, I don't know, we'd have to ask Aladdin kindly if he's around next Friday. Could he be your admin? Aladdin, would that be possible?
That would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I send... Yeah, well... The thing is, guys, I can set presenters up, I can set admins up.
So I've got a suggestion.
Yeah.
If Aladdin will be around and he knows how Webinar Jams works and so on, could he start all the stuff and the session and so on, because he knows how it works?
That would depend on how you want it to run, because there's a hierarchy within these sessions. Okay, so what I'll do now, Zom, I'm going to make you an administrator. Okay, be good.
I can't promise that. I'm sorry.
Now, if you
what a promotion!
Hi, Oscar. You're back.
What about me? Come on.
If I need, I do whatever I like.
I deserve it too much after so.
No, but I'm a good person.
You are. She is. She's a good person. She's a good girl, really. Okay, so if you hover your mouse over my avatar in the screen,
yeah,
you should see a gold star.
room owner with a gold star. Yeah.
With the gold star. Now,
I can turn your mic off though.
you can turn it off. You cannot turn it back on again.
Oh, okay.
You can turn a camera off. You cannot turn it back on again. Well, if you think about it,
It's
only
the same
fair.
with the Hangout.
Yeah, exactly. So now I've made you an admin. You could kick people out of the room. You can mute people. Okay, but you can't turn them back on again.
Well, I don't know how
if
to
somebody
do that,
was
actually.
using a camera, you just click on their mic. I'll mute you now. Try speaking, Zom.
Don't speak. I can speak.
You can also, as an administrator, you can kick people and return them back into. It's called eject as presenter. Okay, and it doesn't throw them out of the room, the chat room, the webinar jam chat. It throws them out of this call though, and only people you invite into the call can join the call. Okay, so people can put their hand up. You do not have to accept them. Okay.
All right.
Now, if I was to return you as a presenter, eject you as a presenter, I mean, you would go back into this chat area. Okay, and
so I can
then
see
you have to put your hand up again to join.
Nomari has got his or her hand up at the moment, and Oscar is in. All right. Okay. So we change. Okay.
So
I can see that.
As you're here, has
what a new boss! What a new boss! My God.
Sorry.
You all right? Are you okay, Oscar? You seem to be having a meltdown.
Sorry, I saw that some is right now. No, yeah. Let me see. No, now it's a presenter. Oh, playing presenter.
I'm sorry. You are sorry. What are you sorry for?
He wants a gold star.
Because just one second ago you were a presenter. No, we're an administrator, and now you are a plain presenter, as me.
You are a presenter? No kidding.
Everybody,
okay.
Again, let's go back through. Yeah, let's go back through who's what. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm an attendee.
You're an no. Okay, attendees.
No.
Let's go through the. I did a session on this, but it doesn't matter. In the webinar jam, in webinar jam chat, you have the attendees. When people join this, they are attendees. You have the room owner. That is me, or anybody I designate. But I have to do it when I set up the webinar. Okay, so I will be setting up for next week and the week after a ZOM TGIF or a ZEB TGIF, whichever you prefer.
No, and, TGIX.
TGIX. Oh God, yeah, I forgot. TGIZ, because you're ZOM here.
No, yes, I will be ZOM. I'll be ZOM.
Okay, so TGIZ. So for next week and the week after, I'll set up 2 weeks of TGIZ. Okay. And then they'll go into the calendar. Okay.
All right.
Then whoever I set as the room owner is the person who has to start the call. Without them, the call cannot start.
Okay, so my question was if Aladdin could be the room owner.
That's fine if Aladdin's okay with that.
If Aladdin is okay, are you okay with it, Aladdin?
Yes, I'm okay with golden star.
To be the room owner next Friday?
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, mate. That's great because then I don't have to do anything at all. I just have to join.
That's true.
Well, now, I would love to learn how it works, but I think it might be a bit tough for you to take some time.
No, it's never a problem to take time for somebody to do something for the network. But we'll do it anyway if we've got time. Okay?
All right. Okay.
No excuses, no excuses.
No. It's the opposite, Oscar. It's the opposite. I love learning new stuff like this, linked to technology.
No, I can see you from a little hole here. No.
A little hole.
You're laughing.
Well, okay. So I would be very happy, Aladdin, if you could be around and if you could be the room owner. But I would be happy as well to learn what to do to be a room owner just for the future, just in case for the future.
Excellent, excellent. Now, the room owner is the one who starts the call. Aladdin just asked a question. Why I can? Do you mean why can I, or how can I remove blue star from Zom? Is that what you were
No,
asking, Aladdin?
you gave her a blue star now, and
And you stole it, didn't you?
I remove it, but I can't give her back. It's kind
You
of
took it and you didn't give it her back.
yeah.
Aladdin, how could you?
Oh, naughty
I don't
girl,
know.
naughty
If
one.
I have a permission to do this,
That's not so kind from you, Aladdin.
I was
Oh,
trying.
you've learned so much about people in these sessions, Oscar.
Why are you demoting some?
Am I sorry?
This
Am
I
is
think
I?
he was seeing if he could, and then he
I
realised
can
he
kick
can, and he
people
can't
also,
give it
Oscar.
back. Okay, let me explain a little bit more about the hierarchy then. So
Okay.
the attendees in the room, they can text chat, they can hear, but they can't speak. Once they put their hand up, you can think, okay, yeah, I know that person. They can come into the room and speak. Once they're in the room, they become presenters, and they do get some presenter rights. Okay, so I don't allow people in whom I don't know, who aren't active on the forum and who I haven't spoken to in other sessions, because there is a slight chance for mischief. Apart from the fact they're going to have ability to have a camera on, but you can mute that if it becomes an issue. It hasn't been an issue yet, but who knows? Anyway, you do have a lot of control. You can also eject a presenter, but as a presenter, there's only a few things you can do. So I'll just give you admin status again. Okay, I can then revoke the admin status. Aladdin, do you want to try revoking it again?
Okay.
Oh, and
Revoke.
Yeah, okay, so Aladdin could do that.
Aladdin, stop that!
Oscar, do you want to have a go? Let's promote Aladdin. Okay, Oscar. Or do you, whoever. Do you want to click on Aladdin's
Aladdin is the host now.
Yeah.
Not now. Yeah, I see. Oh, he's been demoted as well.
This
is kind of revenge.
Yes, it is a revenge.
Okay, Aladdin, try to
I'm trying.
steal my gold star, Aladdin.
I can't. I did it before.
No, I can't either. We can't
That's
kill
why
the
I'm
room
asking.
honor.
Okay. Now, the reason you're able to do this is none of you are actually really a presenter, because none of you came in through the presenter link. Okay.
There is a
You
presenter.
didn't get the admin link. Yeah, I opened the room. I'm the owner. Now, sometimes if you were here on a Tuesday, for example, April is my admin on a Tuesday. Because it's a lesson, I have to concentrate quite hard on, where am I in the lesson? What have I got to say next, kind of thing. So April does the admin for me, fielding questions, letting me know if there's something I need to answer, that kind of thing. So as my admin, she gets the link. She comes into the room. Okay, she can't knock me off as a Gold Star owner, but you also wouldn't be able to knock her off as a presenter. You're only able to do that to each other because you've joined from being attendees. Okay?
Okay.
I will test this theory out next week and see. I'll ask somebody if they can knock April out of the room of a presenter. You can eject people as presenters as well. Okay, which is why you need to have people in who you trust. What you can't do is kick anybody out of the room. You can't ban anybody. You might see the option, but you can't do it.
So once they are in the room, you can't do anything.
No. You can, but not today, because you're not truly presenters.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Oh,
now none of you.
That's fair enough.
Now,
yeah. I'm just.
Dom, can you give Aladdin? Can you try to give Aladdin administrator status?
How can I do that?
You just click on the star.
No, I'm clicking on the star, but I can't.
Only you could if you were a presenter. If you were an admin, okay?
Presenter.
Well, let's call it an admin. Okay.
What about the tooltip that appears?
Hang on.
Sorry. What about the tooltip that appears when you hover the mouse over the star room presenter? Is that a fake, let's say, title or name?
No, it just means you're in the presentation. This window that you're sitting in, Oscar, is the presentation window, okay? And so that means you could screen share, you could turn your webcam on, you can speak, okay? Whereas attendees who are in the text chat area can't. Okay, now poor Sammy can't join us because it's blocked. Now, who else has asked to join? Namiri, you said? Oh no, I can't see Namiri.
Oh, what did he do? What about
in the
what
request?
about boy?
No, he's not there any longer. No.
Yeah. No. People come and go. People come and go.
All right.
So I'm trying to see if I can see that, but I can't. I'll click it anyway, see what happens. So Namiri, I'm going to invite you in. If this is your first time, you need to download the app in order to be able to speak, and you need to go through the microphone test. I have spoken to Namiri before, so.
What do you mean download the app? Install the plugin.
You've already got it. It's the app that sits on your it's called WJ on Chrome, Webinar Jam Screen Sharing.
Yeah, okay, right.
You've already got that. Once you've done it, unless you clear it out or delete it or block it, you don't need to download it again. Okay.
All right.
That's a once off. But I think Namiri and I have already spoken, but you still need always to go through the sound check to make sure your mic is working.
Well, there is something weird with the sound check because I go through the test, I can't hear any sound at all.
Do you say anything? Do you speak?
I have to speak?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that's the reason why.
You go 1, 2, 3, and then you hear 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay. So...
Hi, everyone. Yeah.
Hello, Namiri. How are you?
Hi, Lynn. Hi, everybody here.
Hello,
And Lynn, you are going to promote soon, God.
I'm sorry, I'm still laughing. Okay.
Well,
I've asked them to make
Already know.
Come on, some 4 in front of that screen.
I feel stupid now. Anyway, that happens sometimes. Okay, so we go through the test.
Even as the room owner, as a presenter, you still have to go through the sound check. All you do is I go 1, I hear 1. The next one I go 2, I hear 2. Next one I go 3. It's checking. It's mostly checking your video capability. Yeah, right. Because when you're the only presenter like this, boing. Okay.
Okay.
Then you need quite a good screen resolution. Okay. Right. When you're one of 5, it's smaller. When you're one of 4, it's a bit bigger. When you're one of 2, it's a bit bigger. So it's taking you through those configurations. Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, you do need to speak. I wish they'd make it clearer. I have asked them to, because don't feel stupid. You're not the only one that's being fooled by that.
Too late. Oh, say 1, 2, 3. It will echo back at you. Okay.
Sammy, we're all missing Bubbly. Bubbly's had the flu, and I'm hoping. Yeah, everybody I know has got some kind of bug or illness or coughy, coldy, sneezy, horrible thing. It's awful. It's winter. Yeah. Even my German teacher this morning, I had to say Gesundheit to her because she sneezed down the microphone. It's not nice when somebody does that. So what you would say, Sammy, is not, I hope she joins soon. I hope she comes back soon. Yeah, I hope she comes back soon. So Namiri, how are you? Have you got your homework for me?
Homework?
Hi, how are you?
Just in case you thought I'd forgotten. I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you.
What kind of homework have you got to do, Namiri? No homework.
What about homework? What homework?
Yeah, you've got some homework to do.
Back to basic.
No, I have. I just thought about lunch in the last weekend. Yes, I tell you about that homework.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
And when will you present it, your homework?
You
It's on the
ready?
forum. It's on the forum.
You are ready?
Alan,
No, let's
So
see it
now,
now.
let's see
Let's
your
see it
homework.
now.
You are ready?
Okay, everybody, but Numeri, mute your mics. Numeri, the floor is yours.
Okay. Okay. This is homework today. It's to tell you about the last weekend. Last weekend we decided this it's a seafood time, so we went to Red Lobster restaurant. We ordered salmon flat as appetizers. Then the main course or the main dish was Arabian Gulf catch, which contained grilled salmon and snapper flat lobster.
I'm not sure what your main course was. Okay. Oh, see, everybody's got a cold. It's okay. Everybody's got a cold. Everybody's coughing.
Sorry for that. Sorry.
So you had lobster.
Okay. And then lobster.
Yeah, lobster.
Lobster, yes. Lobster.
Yeah, no E in the middle. Just lobster. Lobster.
Yes.
And
Ordered
salmon.
as appetizer. The main course or the main dish was Arabian Gulf catch, which contained the grilled salmon and slabber flat lobster with the pig potato. Stallion cooking with vegetables. As the last, we had a lime juice. That is we made is last weekend with my wife, and we have a wonderful time. And thank you for listening to me. Hello.
Thank you for sharing. Very good. Well done. It's easy. As long as you've got something to talk about, speaking is easy. It's thinking of things to say. Well done.
Okay. Thank you for.
Okay, there's just one word apart from lobster, and that's salmon. Salmon, it's a silent L. So it's not salmon, it's salmon. Like salmon. Okay?
Okay.
Try it. Salmon.
Okay.
Try saying it. Salmon.
Salmon. Okay.
Perfect. Yay. It sounds really tasty. Was it a nice meal? Did you enjoy the meal?
Yes.
And is it Reem? Did Reem enjoy the meal too? Your wife, did she enjoy the meal too?
Yes. Yes, he did.
Excellent. And did you tip the waiter?
Yes.
Good, I'm glad to hear it. Zom has a question for you. Take the mic, Zom.
Sure, actually.
Yeah, I've got a question. I would like to know what you drank with this seafood dish. What do you drink? Tea or something else? water, wine? What do you drink with that? Did you drink anything?
Yes, I drink that lime and a cup of tea.
A cup of tea. All right. With seafood, it's usually in Iran to drink tea while you eat seafood.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And I haven't understood.
Sammy is in
I'm
Iran.
from Iran. I'm from Sudan.
Sudan. So sorry, Sami. But who is speaking, Sami or
No, Nomiri.
Nomiri. So Nomiri, because Sami wrote that this always happens in Iran. I was not talking about the dish. All right. Okay. Sorry, my mistake.
Okay.
So what? It's the restaurant you went to. It's a famous one, or you were trying something new, or you already knew the place. Was it the first time you went to that restaurant?
No. This is I go there many times. It's not new.
No, it was not a restaurant.
I used it before.
Okay.
The restaurant name is Red Lobster.
The Red Lobster restaurant. So it's just all about seafood there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And would you recommend it?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know Red Lobster restaurant actually.
Okay. Can I share the food? The food?
Yes, yeah. Share the food. Yeah, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Or share a picture. Yeah, I did ask for a photo last week. I hope it happened. Do you know how to screen share? You click on the screen share button and then make sure you're sharing the right picture. Oh, yeah, it looks like he's doing it. Oh,
yeah.
How exciting. Hey, I'm going to make this a regular feature. Share your dinner.
Oh, no.
Okay, You're sharing the wrong picture. You're sharing... hang on, it's coming. Yep, I can see your whole screen. Oh, you like snow. Nice. Okay, best to get the picture up before you start screen sharing. But then I can't talk about screen sharing or streaming, can I, Aladdin? I'm not qualified to give anybody advice on that. Let's have a look.
Oh, is that seafood? No, it's bread.
That's the bread or scone. They look like scones.
Yeah, they look like scones. It's true. We want to see more. Looks like it's not so easy sharing to navigate through the screen.
No. This is not my fault. This is fish biscuit. This is fish biscuit.
Fish biscuits. So okay.
Yes. Fish biscuit.
And there is a sauce. There is a sauce.
No.
No sauce. You eat it as it is. Is it cold or is...
Yes. See, this is salmon. Calamari.
Calamari.
No, it's
calamari.
Okay, all right.
That makes more sense. That makes more sense as a starter. Calamari. Okay.
Yeah. How was appetizer?
The appetizer.
That's a lot. Was that just for you, or did you share?
And this is.
This is for me.
And this.
This is Arabian
cat.
Lobster. Yeah, lobster, salmon, maybe cod.
Yeah, it looks like cod.
Snapper.
Red snapper.
Snapper, yes.
I got you. Yum.
The baked potato.
Yeah,
Yep.
and the sauce? What kind of sauce?
Tomato.
What kind
And
of
this
sauce?
is steamed vegetables.
Oh yeah, looks good this.
Steamed vegetables. This juice, lime juice.
All right.
Okay.
And can you tell us what kind of sauce it was? A tartar sauce or a different kind of sauce? In the little containers, it looks like you had two sauces, two different kind of sauce. Was it tartar sauce or something else?
Okay. Something else. What sauce? Butter with the garlic.
I don't know what it is.
Butter with the garlic.
Garlic with garlic. All right. I like garlic.
You're French, you have to.
Why I have to?
Because you're French.
I got a consideration between being French and liking garlic. What does that mean? Shit, I can't understand.
Well
You're
done,
great.
Give me a chance,
Yuri. Well done.
listen to me.
Hey, top mark.
Thank you.
Top mark for your
Thank
homework.
you for taking photos. Are you going out again this weekend?
Thank you.
Well, I'm away for the next couple of weeks, but Zom, who you were just speaking to, she will be running the next session. Make sure you find it, though. It won't be the same link. Okay, the link will change, but I'll send you the link in the forum. Okay, the link will be in the forum under TGIF. Okay. So if I just explain that part of it, let me go to the forum quickly. I'm going to screen share, so bear with me. Hope you can all see this on the forum. Go to groups, and I've started to do all the webinars here in the group so that you can find the link. So, for example, Wednesday's Talk to the Hand is there, and if you click on it today, okay, you'll see there's no Talk to the Hand for 18 days. It looks terrible, but it's good because it means that people can't say to me, when's the session? You know, it's on the calendar, cancelled, and if you register, it says, yep, come back in 18 days. So all the sessions are going to be now in the Join Us for Webinar group, including TGIF. Okay. And again, what will happen is I'll change the register button to be your link.
Okay.
Whereas at the moment it would take us straight into here. I'm not going to click on it. It would bring us
so
straight
it will
here.
Be transparent to people.
Yes.
They don't have to change their habits. All right. Okay.
No. What I'll do is I'll just send out a heads up, you know, TGIF re-register for the next 2 weeks, and then they'll have to just come back in 2 weeks to register again for this one. But I think that's the best way, so that I can make Aladdin the owner of the group. And okay.
Thank you, Aladdin, for that. I really appreciate it. It's going to make it much easier for me.
It's actually really nice to have somebody else doing this, because I'll just quickly show you. Here you have what they call the Webinar Jam admin, which is slightly different to this room. If you just go into that without registering into the room, you only get the questions and the text. You don't get any voice, any sound. Some people run their sessions so that people are fielding questions, and but it tends to be for more commercial stuff, you know, when they've got offers on and things like that. I mean, we can do all sorts of things in these webinar jams, but for now I would keep it quite simple, because you can run a poll, you can ask people questions, you can give people offers, so you can basically add some handouts if you wanted, and you can sell stuff, but don't do that. And of course you can share videos, but don't do that either, because they might get my account into trouble. So no sharing videos, please. Unless they're your videos.
It's just going to be speaking anyway, so
yeah, okay,
that's all.
Good.
Something something simple.
But the
not
screen
something-
share is something you can practice now, Zom. So bear with me whilst I turn my screen share off.
I'm not sure I want to share my screen.
Now, what you'll find when you screen share, when you start the screen share and end the screen share, you'll lose voice for a bit. So you won't hear what people are saying. That's why you suddenly find the person has disappeared, you're back down to 4 people, then suddenly it's 5 people again. When you stop screen sharing and start screen sharing, you're out of the call for a few seconds, okay? However, when you screen share, the best thing, if you noticed with Nomiri, no offense, Nomiri, but there was that mirror effect. That means he was sharing the same screen as the webinar jam. Okay, so it's best to have your photos already loaded. Okay, I'm going to start screen sharing again.
Okay, you mean a different window?
You'll be asked which screen you want to share, and if you've got your photos loaded already,
so it's like join me.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
And you will notice that you'll get also any pop-ups if you're sharing your main screen. It depends how many monitors you've got. Okay, but if you have it set up, then it's much easier. You don't, you can open that, switch between the things, yeah. But if I start to share, if I bring my webinar in, you'll see what happens. Here we go.
Okay, all right. So
whoa!
Okay.
It's what I call the Doctor Who effect. Hey, people pay good money for that,
Oh, Aladdin left.
Oh no, that could be that is the downside of Aladdin as the room owner, though. If he gets any kind of technical problems, you are going to be reliant on his being there. That said, as long as he can set it up, it's fine, because if the room owner leaves, it doesn't automatically end the session. Okay.
Okay, all right.
Which is quite good.
We will take the risk anyway, so no problem.
Sorry, normally I say I'll stop screen sharing now, then I'm disappearing for a second. Sorry about that. I would suggest that Zom, as a little dry run, find a photo of your dinner or something. Yeah, find a photo to share and try a screen share. It's the best way to learn how to do this stuff is to do it, yeah?
Okay, all right. What kind of photo I could share? Yeah, I would share this one.
So to screen share, you click on the Turn Screen Share On button next to the microphone.
Yeah.
And then it should ask you, what do you want to share? And click on that when you see the photo you want to share. Or the
so where am I? I'm here.
Article,
Turn
whatever,
Screen share. Toda la pantalla, ventana de la aplicación. That's it. I'm screen sharing right now.
Yep, I can see a lady on a bicycle.
That's
Oscar's left the room, sadly, but
remember, while you are sharing a screen, don't speak, because we are not hearing you.
I can't
this
speak?
Is like a 2-second.
No, in the interim of switching the screen share on, nobody will hear you, and off. Okay, so that's why when I remember, once I realised what was happening, I say, I'll just start screen sharing, and then people know they won't be able to hear me, and I try to shut up, although sometimes I am talking anyway. But no, now you're screen sharing, we can hear you. Once we can see the picture in the screen, we can hear you too.
Okay,
is that your drawing?
No. I was looking for inspiration for the last postcard about Paris I was sending to people.
Oh, I have a question, right? Mind me. Okay, go on. I will ask you a question on the chat room.
Please ask your question. It's okay. I've got nothing to add about this picture. It's just something I found on the internet, and I needed to find some inspiration of what I was going to draw on the last postcard I was sending to people. And what I do, I look at different kind of photo or picture or whatsoever, and then I make up my own drawing, if taking the inspiration from other sources. So it's why I used it's among the picture I was inspired to draw my last postcard. One of them. Drawing, yeah. It's not drawing. How do you say that?
No, it's just not drowning.
Well, there is a Seine River on the left-hand side, and if you fell off your back, you can.
You might drown, yeah.
You might run.
Well corrected, Aladdin.
The postcard drawing, yeah, I draw myself the postcards, but the postcards from Japan, they were not, I didn't make them. I got some Japanese young artists doing them for me and for
Really?
Shiny.
Wow.
I thought it was you or Shiny. Oh, what is that? Yeah.
No, the Japanese one.
It's good.
The Japanese one, they were made from young Japanese artists. But I can't tell you more because Shiny doesn't want me to spill the beans, so I can't say more about them.
Well,
The
Shiny.
other ones,
Oh, sorry. Carry on.
the other one, yes, the drawing was mine, but they were not as good as the Japanese ones, which I love a lot.
The other one that's from Australian. It's Natasha received the one, I think.
Well, Natasha
This one
received one
you
from Japan
draw
as
it?
well. Yeah, and Natasha received one from Japan, but she was away when we were making the postcard and sending them. So, and I had the template because even for the Japanese artists, I make the template for them to get the inspiration from. And so all the cards Natasha received, I made the drawing myself because I was not in Japan any longer, so I had to draw it myself. So all Natasha's cards are from my drawing. Why are you asking? Has she shared the drawing or?
No, I think Bubbly share her postcard and.
Yeah, so if you saw the Bubbly's postcard or Ruben's postcard from Japan, they were from the Japanese artist.
Okay. But they have the same like template, or they have the same.
They have the same template.
I thought the same person who did this one is the same.
Well,
person
they are the same templates, but they have got liberty to draw it as they want. For example, from Japan, about the recording riddle of the temple, I wanted on the temple the Kyoto Tower, a man in kimono, a Japanese geisha, and a temple. That was, and I made a drawing myself just to explain, because they are young Japanese artists, so they needed some guiding. But then with this instruction, and I'm not speaking Japanese, and they were not really speaking English, so I was sketching something with my own style, and then they understood what I wanted, and Shiny was helping me with that as well, and then they got the free way to draw them themselves. And it was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
That's it. I've
And this
answered
is
the
another
question.
one. This is a postcard, another one. But
No, this is not a
from
postcard. This is not a postcard. It's something. Before drawing myself, I've got a few ideas, but I'm not very good at drawing. So I look how people from an idea, how people would express themselves, and it gives me a bit of an inspiration. And after that, I use different kind of elements that I mix together to draw my own postcard. I'm not very creative, so I get the inspiration from other stuff that are around.
Okay, it's good.
Are you a young artist? Of course. But not a Japanese one. Sorry.
I love it, Oscar. Okay, Oscar, I'm inviting you back into the room again. You're like a jack in the box today. Now, the other thing...
So I can stop sharing?
Yes, stop sharing. Just click on it. You'll disappear again. Okay. Okay, another little tip. Okay, Zom, when you want to screen share, I'll just show you a couple of tips of my own. So bear with me a second. I'm going to start screen sharing. So you should be able to hear me now. Once you can see what you're sharing on the screen, you should be able to speak again and people will hear you. And what I tend to do, I'm trying not to make you disappear, Oscar. What I tend to do is I use Notepad to kind of block out the screen. It can stop you. It can stop you sharing the wrong thing. So, for example, if I go, oh, hang on, let me just cancel that. I want to keep that. If I close that and then I close that, then suddenly everybody can see my main screen. Okay. So what you can do is use Notepad just to block it out, and then just drag things.
Excellent. To the Notepad application, and so
yeah,
okay. Excellent.
It. Now, of course, if you then click on the Notepad, it will cover whatever you're sharing, but you just click on it in the thing. So it's just a little tip to save your blushes in case you've got your bank account open or something. Just make sure you're sharing the right thing. Okay.
Okay.
So is Oscar back in the room? I haven't seen him appear.
Yeah, he is. Do not make me disappear, but
no, I meant back in
at the chat
as a presenter. He's in chat, but I've tried to get him back in as a presenter.
Oscar, if you hear, start talking.
Start talking.
That's the downside, by the way, of screen sharing is you're not able to see anymore who's actually in the room. Although people who are attending, seemingly they can see at the bottom whoever's in the room. I wish it was available for the presenters as well, but it's not. Be careful with your underwear when sharing. Now that's when you're using your camera, Oscar. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to have to disappear. Okay, a bit early this. Well, it's not really. It's according to the calendar, I'm late, but a bit earlier than normal. Now I've got to disappear, and I thought I'd like to get Zom to do the countdown as you're here, Zom. So you can either go from the bottom up or from the top down.
Okay, from the bottom up, in the ninth position, we have got Mohit with 22 points. Then 8th position, Taka from Tokyo. So I guess he lives in Tokyo. Number 7, Kainji Nice. Yeah, he's my mate. Number 6, Frank, who has been very, very active running the Polyglot group and posting good stuff on the forum. Then we have got one of the new members that have been around for a few weeks now from the Netherlands, which is Mishux. I don't know how to pronounce that, in the 5th position. Then for number 4th, we have got 2 people with Marianne M. Herridge, Marianne, and Larry the Zebra, which is a polyglot. Then 3rd position, John Jart. Second position, Lynn. And number 1, well done. Be careful with your voice.
Well done, Lynn.
Hats off to you, Lynn. I don't know how you did that, but you did it. And number 1 on top is someone from Belgium or the Netherlands, which is Paulette. And I'm going to pronounce that the French way because it sounds very French to me. So I guess she's from Belgium.
I think so. Yeah, I think maybe the Netherlands. Paulette. It's a nice name, isn't it, Paulette? But well done, everybody. And don't worry if you didn't get onto the list. I mean, I'm amazed. I don't know how I got 46 points this week. I really do. I haven't given myself a badge, honestly. I really haven't. So I'm not cheating, but there you go. I'd just like to point something out to you.
Yep.
When you're talking about people, it's either who or that, never which. Which is only for things and abstract stuff. Okay, so Paulette, who is probably, not which, who is probably from the Netherlands. And a big thank you to Taka and Mohit and Kind and basically, I think everybody who's on that list, apart from me, have been really active on the forum.
Posting
I don't know how I got there.
setting up
posting
discussions.
and also helping each other. It's fantastic. I love it. I love the way that Larry's helping people with their English and other people are helping with other languages. And Larry's even helped me with my German this week. It was so nice to get a correction from somebody. I was like, I think people thought,
Well,
oh
he's
no,
not
Lynn's
just
been corrected.
correcting
And I'm like,
you.
yes, I've
He
been
gives a lot of
corrected at
feedback.
last.
He gives a lot of feedback.
Fantastic.
He's helping everybody, actually.
I know. It's like a little mirror. It's like Christmas miracle. And thanks to Frank. Frank's been really amazing promoting us and saying to people, yeah, come on in, the water's lovely. So it is appreciated, Frank, really. And of course, not to forget the people who are here as well. Aladdin, thank you. And Aladdin actually was my hero today, although it didn't quite work out. Although it did, because I did get the message eventually. I'm still wondering who you phoned.
Huh? Okay,
Don't worry.
Aladdin sent an SMS today thinking it was to me, but it was one it was a +44. And I'm in Germany, so it's not going to reach me anyway, even if it was the right number, which it isn't.
No,
so somebody out there has had a message saying...
+44 is the UK. +49, Aladdin.
Yeah, but somebody in the UK has had this message going, stop broadcasting! I'm going to stop screen sharing now, hang on.
I hope no one will reply to me with unbehavior things.
Oscar,
Or
yeah.
maybe someone will ask 111 or 222.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway.
Stop broadcasting. They're going to be going, what? What is broadcasting? But thank you for trying to get hold of me, Aladdin. As I say, I wasn't even in the house. 3 hours, I'm not kidding now, streaming of my screen. And somebody watched the whole 3 hours. Yeah, somebody watched the whole 3 hours. I hope they weren't waiting for something to happen.
It's like train
oh,
spotting.
something. I know. Oh dear me. I don't think there's anything inappropriate on my screen.
It's only
probably
me,
they know more
don't
than
worry.
they know more about me than they should. Like, oh, she uses Dropbox. Ooh, she's got iClone. Ooh, DJ streamer. Oh no. But it was funny. When honestly, you should have heard me scream when I read your message eventually, Aladdin. I just went, no. And then YouTube took ages to stop. It took absolutely ages to actually stop. Oh, it was
so
awful.
you have no limitation with YouTube. You can stream how many hours you
No,
want.
there is a limitation. I think it's 6 hours.
20.
At 6 hours, one go.
Oh, what is it, Aladdin?
I think 20. No, it's
20?
I think if
12.
you can stream forever, but it will only record 6 hours.
It's
It will only
only
post
for-
6 hours
yeah.
worth, I think. Something
you
like
can
that.
stream
anyway.
whatever you want, but it will record the last, I think, 6 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Or
how it
12,
works. But I
yeah.
never intend to run a 6 hour session, so we'll never find out. It's for gamers,
Yeah.
so that people can show their prowess at killing
yes.
people, killing
Yes,
avatars
yes.
and stuff. So.
I can understand that. Yeah, it's needed because gamers they probably are the one who use the most YouTube
It's
videos
like
and so on.
Twitch. Have you heard of Twitch?
Yep.
Yeah, that's another game, and that's what I think YouTube wants to get into that market. Because God,
All right.
oh no, we don't want anybody else doing anything that we don't do. God forbid. It does annoy me when people do that. It's like when the supermarkets, there's a little local shop and it gets really busy selling big mushrooms, and then the big supermarket next door will go, oh, we'll sell big mushrooms too. I'm like, oh, can't you just let them sell big mushrooms? Do you have to have everything? But there you go. That's just my way of thinking. Please click somewhere. Okay, let's see if we can get Oscar in for the end. Fingers crossed. I'm trying, Oscar. I'm trying. So when somebody raises their hand, Zom, all you have to do is click on the raised hand or ask your admin to do it. You'll have Aladdin there with the admin window. He can do it too. But you as a presenter, I don't think can. I'm not sure. actually. But as a presenter, you can't unless I make you the admin or if you're the room owner. Okay?
All right.
Okie dokie. Now, one thing I have never tried to do, but I think it is possible, maybe we'll do it when I come back, is to invite multiple presenters. So you get an invite straight into the room. I haven't done it yet. I've kind of done it with April, but that's an admin and a presenter. But I think it's also possible. You'll always have the room owner. That's like the boss. The boss. And then you might want to change your mind about Aladdin's on knowing that. But anyhow, you got the boss, like Aladdin, next week. And then
okay.
I think you can have multiple up to 6 presenters that just come straight into the room. So one of these sessions, I think we'll do a I don't know, maybe we've been doing with Nomiri, everybody will have a bit of homework to say what they've done at the weekend, and they'll all get an invitation to be presenters. Maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But don't worry about that. This is revenge. What did I do? I don't know, Oscar. Have you tried? I am going to have to go, so we won't find out this week. But I think you might have a connection issue. If your connection fluctuates, or if somebody in the house is streaming Netflix or the whole of the Game of Thrones or something, downloading something, it can really affect your connection, and then it might kick you out. Nobody's kicked you out from here. It is definitely your connection. I would get a message to say so and so has been kicked out, and that hasn't happened. So I don't know what's going on, but maybe when I come back, Oscar, I'll send you a presenter link, and then you can just join the session straight away, because TGIF should be, I think, a full room from the beginning, to be honest. And then somebody would have to give up their seat to let somebody else come and join us. But I'm hoping, we'll be able to swipsy them around, kind of thing. They do it in the webinar jam on a Tuesday, which is their sort of where to go if you've got any problems and issues or questions. And they do it quite often. They'll invite somebody in to use their camera and microphone, and then they'll kick them out and invite somebody else in. Seems to work fine for them. Why I can't do it quite as smoothly, I don't know.
Why?
We'll get there.
True. That's already getting better. This week, anyway, everybody was able to join in speaking.
Yeah, well, Oscar seems to still have a problem, though. It happened last week as well. He was able to join us, and then suddenly he couldn't rejoin us. It was kicked. It's sort of like Oscar has left the room, but it was more like Oscar's been kicked out, but you hadn't been. And then he wasn't able. But he was able to join us once this week. I don't know. I think they were saying it's got to be, 2 gigabits per second up. It's the upload that matters, not download bandwidth. It's upload bandwidth that you need. But I think what I like about it is the actual quality of the sound is much better than in Skype. Sammy was saying you can do this in Skype for Business. I've not tried Skype for Business, but Skype sometimes annoys me because they do all this upgrading and they don't tell you. Yeah, no. I don't know. I'm still a little bit wary of Skype, and I don't know if I want to even try Skype for Business. I like Webinar Jam. I like the way it does the logging in and the registering, and you can do polls and you can do questions if people want to ask questions at the beginning. You can do a little sort of survey before the session, that kind of thing. Most people answer, I say, have you been to a webinar before? And the 3 answers are yes, no, what's a webinar? And most people click, including April and Eleanor and people who know what's a webinar. So I'm not sure how effective they are. Occasionally you get somebody who really doesn't know, and then I can contact them and say, it's this, it's that. I'm going to do some pages on Webinar Jam anyway, on how to join and what it is and what it isn't.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, but like I've done for Skype and Second Life and Kitely and everything. So, but it's going to have to wait till after I get back from the UK, because at the moment things are mad. Aladdin shouting at me. Go on, take the mic.
Okay, why you hide the number of subscribe on Learn English channel on YouTube?
I don't want to know. I'm not bothered. I hate it. No, I
Why?
hate that. You know, I've got so many members. It's meaningless. It's not about how many people you've got following you. It's got how many people interact, how many people engage. You don't need to see a number for that because you get messages from them. You get them into sessions. Yeah. Honestly, this is not a numbers game for me. I'd block it on everything if I could. Is that weird, Aladdin? I don't know.
Yeah, everyone show is.
I don't. Not everyone.
You
You can't
don't.
say everyone. Everyone but
Everyone
me.
except you. When I'm. Is that something error in my setting? And I'm trying. Oh, there
Oh,
is
I'm
no
sorry.
only report. Block this user. It's report for. Report this channel. No, I don't want to report this channel. But where is the number? Oh, yeah. I forget to ask you about.
No, I just don't. It's like, it's meaningless. You know it's meaningless. People follow channels and they never actually go back there ever again. So
Yeah,
I just
it
don't
means
bother.
nothing.
It does. Yeah, absolutely.
No, but
Just Adam's
have
number.
no. I'm go to my any channel. I subscribe for it. So it's.
Oh, I know you do. I know you do. But I can assure you, most of the subscribers to the YouTube channel for the Learn English, it's like, if I click on this, I will learn English. It doesn't work like that. I mean, I dread to think how many forums and apps and, you know, people download them and then never open them again and never click on them again, never engage, but they seem to think it'll help. It won't. Engagement is the only thing that really matters. But there you go. It's up to the, you know, I don't mind if people want to subscribe. It looks nice. You got, yeah, 16,000 forum members. Woo! So what?
Yeah, so what? Because the number of people who are active at some point varies.
That's all I'm
between
bothered about. Who's talking to
That's
you
it.
today?
No, but what is
And I
great
think-
with the forum? Oh, sorry.
And also, I think no one in their channel link to report this channel. They hide this thing. You put it there. Not sure why.
Why did you want to report
block-
me?
Yeah.
No, you
I don't know.
you put this to report to this option. No one. put
It's
it
available
also.
only if you are a subscriber to report.
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, all right. So people want to have this power of being able to report someone.
Oh, I
Okay.
see. Oh,
That's very mean.
well, I don't want any followers then. If that's all they want to follow me for, don't want them. They can go
So
away.
you give them the power to eject you, to report you, and wow.
Oh, don't joke about it. I get so many takedown reports. It doesn't matter what I do, somebody will flag it. And you know I don't put. No, it's just people who don't like what I do.
Because you
basically,
put the link for them. People want to try everything. If you leave some kind of buttons here and they don't know even what
Well, how
what
can
is
I
the meaning
stop
of
it?
blocking
Then?
user,
You
remove
can't do
it.
that in.
It's hide it.
But you can't hide it, can you?
You can. I can't
Oh.
see it on all the channels
Looks like
except
Lynn
you.
will have to go to Ask Aladdin.
Oh,
Interesting.
that is interesting. I'm interested now. I'm intrigued. But I'm also run out of time, and hubby's home. If you can hear the
Yeah,
clattering
so
behind me, of the
You
tipper
have to
tapper.
finish this
Oh,
one.
and the coughing. Oh, bless him, bless him. Okay, so yeah, Oscar, don't come back. Don't come back. Come back next time. Come back next week and play with Zom. I am going to have to go. I'm going to get stinky looks. Otherwise, I don't want stinky looks. It's a Friday, so I'm going to have to go. Thanks ever so much for joining us. Thank you so much for doing your homework, Namiri. You've got 2 weeks to do some more. So photos and descriptions, but well done. I'll be back in 2 weeks and I will expect you to be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and I'm going to write it down now, Namiri. Homework. And anybody else who wants to
You
go?
have a nice holiday, and thank you for hearing me
You're
and
welcome.
report me and repair me. Thank you.
You
And
are
correct
welcome.
me
You're
for
doing the work yourself, so well done you. You don't need to thank me. You're doing the work. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay, and Aladdin and Zom, just keep an eye on your. I will use your forum Gmail accounts, okay, to send you the presenter link. So Zom, it will come into Zom. Aladdin, you know how it works, so I don't need to even tell you. Take care. And Elliot, English speaking club's starting, so no need to worry about not being able to say anything. Yep. Just pop over to Skype, get into the English speaking club and carry on talking. It's good to talk. Hey, Oscar's got a message for you, Aladdin. I'd like to join your group, Aladdin.
My group? Then join to the group. I'm not sure.
Radio shows.
There is no group on Skype. If you asking about the Skype group, no, there is no group in Skype. Just you will find the link on the forum. Yeah.
Just go to the forum and register into Ask Aladdin and English Radio Show. Just the way you did for this. Okay.
Yeah, it's a webinar as well.
If you get stuck, send Aladdin a private message on the forum. I'm sure he'll show you the link where it is. Okay. Or you could do an @Oscar, Aladdin. @Oscar, join here.
Okay.
It's Oscar 001, I think. Oscar 001 on the forum. All right. You take care, everybody. Have a lovely weekend. I'll maybe see you on Monday. I am here Monday, Tuesday, and then I'll be doing my disappearing act. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.
There you go. That's. Okay, so Sammy, can you hear us? Nomiri,
looks
can
like
you
Paris.
hear us? Yeah, I'm not sure where it is. I think it's the UK because I can see the there. I'm sure
yeah,
that's
there is
the sale sign, but it might not be. It might not be. It could be Paris. It could be anywhere, really, couldn't it?
Yes, I agree with you.
This is the nouns session I did yesterday. It's a noun, okay?
Okay.
So Nomiri can hear me. Good. Then Nomiri, it might be Sam. It might be. Which is a bit of a shame. But I can't see that it would definitely be but you can talk to us. So it can't be a complete ban. Okay, Leo can hear 1-1. Does that mean you can only hear a little bit, Leo? Now, Nomiri, when you say I can't see anything, there's nothing much to see on a Friday. In the other sessions, I do lots of screen sharing and blah-de-blah-de-blah. But on a Friday, what's to screen share? We don't know what we're going to talk about yet. We haven't really decided on where the conversation is going to take. Ooh, excellent. That's really good. I'm happy. I'm going to sneeze. Hang on.
Better and better. Well, I think the trick is not to have too many things open at the same time because we don't know what interfere with this webinar jam stuff, but it's a bit tricky actually. Me too, Aladdin. I'm always using Wi-Fi actually. I'm never wired to anything. So it's Wi-Fi only. And if Wi-Fi doesn't work, yeah. So I don't think.
But maybe I'm close to my Wi-Fi or my access point.
I'm not so close to it because I'm in a different room, and I don't have the full. If you look as if it were a phone, I've got only 3 bars. So I think the idea that you have to be wired is not a good argument. Anyway. It's working. That's the most important.
When you say I'm always using my Wi-Fi, it kind of sounds like you are irritated by it. You don't like doing it. Like I'm always losing my keys. I'm always falling asleep in class. It's a bad habit. So
no,
I always use my Wi-Fi.
It's because my computer don't give me any other choices, actually.
Then I'm always using.
So I'm always using.
You need to... Okay, why is there nothing here? Or I can't see me too. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? That's the main thing. You can hear us. Let me give you something to look at then. Hang on, what can I give you to look at? Oh, that's different. Good afternoon, or is it good evening? It's getting lighter here, so it's tempting to say good afternoon, whereas a couple of weeks ago I would say good evening because it was getting dark. So I'm confused. And I hope you can hear me. Tick 111, click 111 if you can hear me, as soon as you can hear me. Now, I've just put a little message saying you can't join the call to speak. That's as in come into the voice chat part if you're using a tablet or a phone, even a smartphone. It has to be a laptop or a PC, and preferably with a hardwired connection, not a, what was it they called it in Webinar Jam? A wobbly interface, fluctuating irritation or something. Something like that anyway. Hi Oscar, it's freezing cold here, that's why Bobbly has got a cold. Yes, it's cold here too, and everybody I know is either getting over the flu, has got the flu, or is coming down with the flu. So it's not a good year this year, unless you're flu. Okay. So let's see who's asking to come in to the call. Oscar. Oh, Oscar. Okay. Remember, if you have a problem with the connection, I will first ask you, have you cleared your cache from last week? One of the other tricks of this live streaming is to regularly clear your cache. Okay. If you've joined one session in the week and then you join another session in the week, if you've got sticky cache.
Yeah, I've got a full refund.
A full refund? For?
Yes, because the new one didn't work. 3 failures in a row, the same one.
What, your computer?
Yeah, the new one. So I got finally a full refund.
A full refund, not refund. Re is the stress here. Refund. Okay, good. Yeah, well, it's refund. Good to know you got it. You got your money back. Are you going to get another computer then?
But look, I don't want the money. I want a computer. So now I'm looking for a new one.
Excellent. Well, you might be able to ask Aladdin for some advice. I always buy cheap so I can replace often. It's not always the best way. When I say cheap, I would say probably, in terms of computing, middle range. I never buy the latest, most expensive, biggest, fastest gamer rig because I prefer to replace my computer once every 2 to 3 years because they do work hard, my computers.
That's
You're
nice.
using Windows
good
2
to know.
Yeah. Windows 10 is okay, but there are aspects. I'll actually ask Aladdin in a bit. He'll think he's fallen into the wrong session. But Zom, have we got voice with you? Can we hear you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I love it when the plan comes together. It works. It works. I think they're doing a lot of tweaking at the other end as well, to be honest, because this week's been a lot better than last week's disaster. So, and I've actually got Skype open at the moment as well, which I shouldn't do.
Yes, and I'm using Wi-Fi. I'm using Wi-Fi and it's working. So
cool
That's great.
cache, as I call it. Mine clears every time I switch off my computer, and I switch off my computer every night. So it's not really an issue for me. But I have been told, whether it's true or not, I don't know, but I have been told a sticky cache or a full cache can affect the quality. But Oscar, I'm going to trust you have. I'm going to invite you into the group. A sticky cache, yes, Som. Som, yay! Som's asking to join too. So Som and Aladdin too. Hey, we're going to have a full room. Okay, I'm not going to invite Aladdin in just yet because I'm going to wait for... I'm not going to invite Zom or Aladdin in just yet. I'll wait for Oscar to join. Now, if this is your first time here, you might wonder, what? Why are we using this? Why not Skype? I'll show you why not and why in a moment. I will share. What should I share with you? Difficult one. I've only got notepaddy stuff, which is boring. Hi, Oscar. Nice to see you. Remember to unmute your mic. Okay, when you join the room, your mic, your camera will always be switched off. We don't use the camera. Here comes Zom. Aladdin, you're next.
Hello.
Yay. Hello, Oscar. Don't sound so surprised.
I can't believe it.
Yay,
I am
it worked.
on my I am my dinosaur in my old computer.
You're on dinosaur. A dinosaur.
Yeah.
Well, it might be that you've got an issue with Windows 10 then. Although I am using Windows 10, I've been using it. We haven't actually had... Now, hang on. That was me knocking on wood. We haven't had any problems this week. But now you're here, Oscar. Anything could happen.
Yeah. Well,
How are you anyway?
finally
Are
I
you
got
well?